everybody, welcome to this week's video. I was so inspired this week. This week we're gonna do a witch costume. I was scrolling through Instagram reels, I think it was 2 days ago, and I came across this pattern. It's like a free pattern for a witch hat. I can't remember who it was by. I'll like put something on the screen or whoever, for whatever it was. And it just gave me the best idea to make a cute little witch costume for myself to wear for Halloween. I don't know if it's gonna be my official Halloween costume, but we're gonna make it. I'm very, very excited, but I have so many ideas. I have a Pinterest board with like 100 pins on it of ideas. It's kind of gonna be like a cottagecore witch type of thing. I have so much I want to do. So we're gonna do that this week, and I might even convince my friends to do it with me, and we can all have cute matching witch hats. Before we do start the video, I want to let you know that I unfortunately have no more room in my storage spaces for the dresses I make. So that means that I am selling a few things that I've made just to make room because ball gowns are big and I'm out of space. So this dress behind me, I don't know how much of it you can see is for sale. I have a lot of things for sale, and I'll be putting more things up for sale as I make them, because right now I'm just out of storage to keep things in my possession, which makes me really sad. So go check out my Etsy shop. It's gonna be listed down below, and you might find something you like if you are my size. Unfortunately, I don't do commissions, but I'm just selling the things that I make for myself. So definitely go check it out if you're interested. And with that said, let's start on my first spooky season costume. Okay, I currently do not have any materials for this costume. We're going to go out, but ideally what I would like to do, oh, look what I hung up. Okay, anyway, ideally what I would like to maybe do is head over to Goodwill or a different thrift shop, and I would love to see if I could find some maybe bed sheets that I could use for like the skirt or petticoat or for the chemise, because I'm balling on a budget right now and I want a lot of fabric for this, but I want to make it budget conscious. So I know a lot of my sewing friends like to go to Goodwill and all the other places to get sheets and curtains to make things, and that's what we're gonna do today. I've never done it, so I don't know if we'll have much luck. Huber is wishing us luck. Hi, baby. So we're gonna head to Goodwill before we go to Joanns, and then we'll go to Joanns for like the provisional things. Oh my gosh, you're gonna steal yourself, baby. I feel like I was gonna say one more thing, but I can't remember what it was. Can you please stop? He's so pretty. Oh, okay. We're gonna go find what we can. I'll bring you along to Goodwill. I don't know how much I'll film in there. I always feel uncomfortable filming in store because I just don't like talking to the camera in front of people. It's a little embarrassing for me. So I will kind of get some footage for you, and I will return with my loot. Okay, our first stop is going to be Goodwill for maybe some sheets for the skirt. This parking lot is packed. There's like one spot. I got the last spot. These are the options. I need to get a way to put my phone up in the car. I'm pretty proud of what I got. Okay, for $13, I got these. I think I can't tell if they're sheets or curtains. I think they're sheets. This sheet, I don't know how big it is. It's probably like a queen. They're Target sheets. And like this kind of orange rusty color. This is a lot of fabric. I hate filming. Somebody like totally just walked by staring at me. Okay, we are at Joanns. Let's go in and see what they have. I wasn't gonna use pink, but what if I use pink as the overskirt and it's like pink, orange, brown? I kind of like this brown for the corset, but I'm gonna keep looking. Oh, look at this. Oh my gosh, I love this. Here's what I have so far. I'm thinking pink for the skirt, yellow for the corset, and this for the hat. But I need a hat lining as well. Okay, after an hour of searching for what I need, I finally got it. I spent way more than I wanted to. Everything was $72. And I'm like so angry because ever since I got this new Joanns, like the reception in there or whatever is so bad. The app never works. So like coupons never work. So I know they have like $15 off of 50 or 60 or something. They have some coupon, but guess who didn't get to use it because the app doesn't work. I hate how expensive this is. The chemise, first I was gonna do a blouse, but then I realized I kind of have like a long chemise dress and then have kind of like two skirts-ish. And the nice thing about the shape is that it's already hemmed. So I was thinking of doing a chemise with a ruffle on the end because I love ruffles. But like, look at, like this is a ton of fabric. And I got it for like $5. It's amazing. But we'll cut out the ruffles first and then we'll work with what we have left. I'm imagining it could be off the shoulder, or you could pull it up since it'll be elastic, and then it'll be like puff sleeves with like a little thing on there. I decided on making the ruffle 11 inches long, and I'm cutting it out of the hem of this so that I don't have to hem it, because who likes hemming? I don't. I'm really obsessed with this fabric. It's like cotton, but it has a shine to it. It's really nice. And I don't know how ruffled I want it to be. Like, I don't know how many strips of this I want. we'll kind of play around with it. I sewed the two ruffle things I cut together, and we're gonna gather them up and get that out of the way. I have the tension set all the way up high, and I have it on the longest stitch, so it should ruffle up. For the rest of the chemise, I think what I'm gonna do, it's kind of like a peasant blouse that I've made many times before, where it's just like a rectangle with the armholes cut out, which is like a little quarter circle, and then that's the same for the sleeve. To measure how big it's gonna be, I think, because it's gonna kind of go around here with elastic, and my measurement around my shoulders is about 39 inches. So I'm wondering, should I double? It's actually about 40. But I'm going to start by cutting out a rectangle. Let's go with maybe double this measurement. So maybe an 80-inch rectangle long by however long I want it to be minus the ruffle. I thought it might be pretty to add lace to it. I have this bag of lace right here. It's not the pink. The tan, it kind of matches the vibe. This, I might add it to the skirt. I might add it, sew it down right on this seam. It's kind of cute. The nice thing about doing blouses like this, I got an example out. This one, it doesn't have elastic in the top right now, but you see how it's just a rectangle? And then what you do is at the top, you just cut a little circle out of it, and that's the armholes, and then you just make a mini version of this blouse part for the sleeve. So that's the sleeve right there, and you can see that seam, and it makes it really forgiving. Like, you don't have to do it perfectly because it will work with you. So I cut this out. It started as a 5-inch radius, but then I added an extra inch down here so that it's longer that way. And now I need to make sleeves. It's so easy to customize these sleeves. So if you bring this part down, like the longer this goes, the longer the sleeve will be. The wider it is, like the poofier it will be. So I actually don't know if this might be a little too poofy for me. I might trim it down a little. Okay, I'm here looking for trinkets to add to the belt, and I'm finding some things, but there's a lot of options. Like, I'm loving all of these, like the keys, the books, the little potion bottles. Here's the things I've gotten so far. So at this point, I added elastic into the arms, but this is what it's like. I can't even take myself seriously. It looks like it would fit the giant that lives in the beanstalk. Like, this is crazy. You see this big neckline? I needed to add elastic to that to shrink it down like this. And then we have the ruffle, obviously. And then this part will be done. So I need to just, I have a little channel in here. And so I'll weave in the elastic, and then this part will be done. The elastic has been added, and it looks like, let me just put it on to show you. I think it's actually gonna fit really, really good. The nice thing about this is also, since it is so relaxed, like this would fit so many different sizes. So I don't know if I'm gonna wear it off the shoulder or if I'm gonna wear it on my shoulders. I've not decided. Here's off. Let me give you a wider angle. This is it, and it looks a little ridiculous, but just imagine another skirt over it, so it would be cinching it in right here, and then a corset and a witch hat, and it's gonna be perfect. Part of my appearance. I'm not ready for the day. You can probably tell. So the chemise is done, which means I'm gonna work on the overskirt, and I'm gonna make this so simple. It's just gonna be floor length skirt, and like, I'm not even gonna make a waistband. I think I'm gonna make an elastic waist because it's way easier and it will save me time, and you're not gonna see it anyway because there's gonna be a corset over it. I think I got 2.5 yards, and I'm just gonna gather it all up into the waistband, and it's literally gonna take me like an hour. Sometimes the fastest way to cut something, if it's just a straight line, is just to rip it. And I always forget I can do that. I'm actually surprised it worked with this, but I definitely need to redo it. I just choked on my energy drink. I tried it on and it looks so bad, you guys. It looks so bad. There's no way it's gonna work for me. I'm wondering if part of the reason is that I did use elastic. I did it because it was the quick way out. I might have to redo it. It's just so clunky and ugly. It's not the vibe. And then also I had wanted to kind of tuck it in so that you can see the orange ruffled skirt. But that also just looked really bad and bulky. So now I'm wondering if maybe I should do a slit instead. This is not good. You can't really tell. It looks kind of fine on camera, but trust me when I say it's so bad. The waistband is so chunky. So I'm gonna seam rip it and add a slit and a proper waistband, and I think it would look much better that way. This fabric is so finicky to work with since it's like silky and it's super thin, so it's definitely gonna need to be interfaced. And it's like been really annoying to cut because it moves around so much. So I gotta take it really slowly and I gotta get this interfaced as quick as possible. Unfortunately, I don't have any interfacing, so I need to get some. And I only got half a yard of this stuff, and I'm hoping it will be enough because it looks like I'm barely gonna have enough. So I need to cut out the rest of my pieces before I lose my mind. I scrounged up the little interfacing I had left. So it's a mixture of like pretty strong interfacing and really, really lightweight interfacing, but it doesn't really matter. I just needed something to make this really thin silky fabric more sturdy. So stays are surprisingly pretty easy to make. I'm almost done with this pair. You basically cut out the pattern pieces, one with like the strength. So I used this cotton drill stuff and then the outer stuff, and it was obviously interfaced. And then basically, you are in my way, babe. And you just put one on top of the other, sandwich it together, and sew it together. And so it has all these boning channels, and that's pretty much it. And so now I will bind the bottom, and then we're gonna put in the boning, and then we'll bind the top, and then add the grommets. We're at Party City. I'm looking for a broomstick, and I have the perfect one. It's only $6. She's being ridiculous. Here, model it. It's not like the biggest thing, but it's definitely gonna work, and it's the right vibe. So we're gonna get one. I've had a very interesting day. I had jury duty today and I showed up and there wasn't that many people, so I was pretty sure I was gonna get on it. And then we all got sent home because one of the attorneys had COVID. And I'm very happy about it because I did not want to do that. So now I am back. You can see I kind of have the dress set up right there, except the corset doesn't fit the mannequin very well, so it's kind of pinned on. But I'm making the belt right now. I have this leather. It's like 3 feet wide, 3 feet long, I think. And basically I'm making like one of those Renaissance belt things. I've seen them online a lot, and it has just like a thing on the end right here, and you just kind of loop it through and tie a knot. And I'm gonna figure out how to make one. So I have this D-ring thing, and I think you're just gonna put it there and like secure it. And I found these, they're like, I don't know what they're called, but they're used for leather. They kind of screw into each other so that you don't have to sew it. So I think I'm going to punch a hole like this, 2 holes, and then I'll kind of screw it on. Taken a few days off of this outfit, but here it is. I kind of just hung the keys and stuff on this ribbon. I couldn't think of a better way to do it. And we're gonna start on the witch hat today. This is the pattern that inspired the entire costume. I saw it on Instagram on Reels. Who is it by? By Ari Nico Cosplay online. That's the website. And it's a free witch hat pattern, which inspired this video. So I have it. It's 2 pieces. This is the cone of it. So like that. And then this is the brim. Oh my gosh, it's like way bigger than I thought it was, but that's fine. I need to find where I put the fabric, and I hope I had enough. I think I got a yard. I had also bought buckram, but I don't know where it went. But this is the fabric. I'm making it out of this, and then this will be the lining, and I need to find the strength layer. I don't know where I put it. Guys, look at this. This is the outer layer. It's just fabric. It's not stabilized, so if I go like that, it's a little less witchy. But if it's laid down, look at how cute this is. Oh my gosh. It makes me want to cry. It's the cutest thing. So basically you sew the cone, and then you sew the cone to the brim, and it's a little tricky to do, but I got it figured out. So now I'm sewing this. I think I'm using 2 layers of the buckram because I want the hat to be stable. I don't want it to, because this is still pretty floppy. I don't want it to be floppy. So I'm gonna do 2 layers of buckram for the brim of this. We have the hat. The lining is like this, and then I put the outer layer on top of it. And now what we're doing is top stitching it at the brim. So I'm going around this edge and pinning it. I'm almost done with that, and I'm pulling it taut. I noticed the tighter it is, like if this top layer is pulled tight onto the bottom, it's pulling up the buckram so it doesn't like flop as much. I want it to be a little floppy, but not a lot floppy. So pulling it tight is kind of helping with that, but I'm really looking forward to decorating it. So I'm going to continue pinning this, and then we will sew it, and then the hat can be ready for decorating, and this costume will be done. This is what I'm decorating it with. So this is the base hat. It's all sewn together, and I have this frayed velvet ribbon, which I'm obsessed with. And then I got these berry stems and those. So we're gonna start with the ribbon and kind of play with that.